It is that time. So we will get started. So all you'll need to start, just nice. You can be on that mat or next to it. We're going to do this first part standing. So it doesn't matter if you have the mat out right now if you don't want to. Start with those feet just about shoulder width apart. You're going to do a nice deep breath in. And when we bring that breath in, let's pull those hands all the way up to that ceiling. Bringing those palms together, you can always push those hips forward. So when we push those hips forward, we're reaching those arms back. Really take a nice another deep breath in. And then when you push that air out, you're going to let those hands go down by your sides. And then once again, nice deep breath in. Hands go up. Palms together. Pushing those hips forward. And then breathe it out. Hands go down. Now this one, move those feet just a little bit wider apart from one another. And once again, do that nice deep breath in. Hands are going to go up this time. Push those hips forward. Keep pushing those hips forward. I'm just going to make sure I hear a little feedback. So keep pushing forward, hands up. Nice deep breath out. As those hands go down, this time dive it forward, let that butt go up to the ceiling. So from the side, you're going to try to keep those legs as straight as you can to start. Just hang it forward, relax it down. Now bend those knees a little bit. Let that chest fall down a little bit more. Having that belly go towards those thighs. So feel a little bit of a different stretch when you bend those knees. And then roll yourself up with those bent knees, vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slow. Shoulders, do a nice big shoulder roll up and down. And then another nice deep breath. Hands together. Hips forward. Hands back. Looking up towards that ceiling. Beautiful, deep breath in, breathe it out. Hands go down, dive it down once again. And this first part, keeping those legs nice and straight. And once again today, we're going to let those knees bend. Let those thighs, that belly come towards the thighs, still just hanging that chest over. And then straightening out those legs, still bending over, letting those arms just flop down. And now we are going to sit that butt down, let that chin come up. So I want you to sit it like a frog for me. So when we are here, make sure an important part is I want those feet nice and flat. So if you need to take a second to walk those feet out, do it. And remember, knee problems, back problems, if you need to have that butt up a little bit, hands resting on those thighs, go for it. Don't worry about it. Good. So butt down, chin up. Good. Now pop that butt up. Let those hands hang forward. Flopping that chest over. And then once again, sit that butt down. Chin goes up. Really, Brooklyn? You only lasted like 3 minutes and you went out? All right. All right, now popping that butt up. Hanging it forward one more time. And now sitting it down once again. Sit that butt down. Nice and wide this time. So those feet flat. This time I really want you to push. If you can get those elbows on the insides of the knees, push those knees apart a little. Now make sure, even if that butt is up, I still want you to think about pushing, whether it's by the knees or by those thighs, pushing those legs apart a little bit, opening up those hips, palms together if you can. Now think about a nice string attached to your head, and you're going to pull yourself straight up. Really squeeze the butt up at the top. And then sit it back down. Hook those elbows if you can. If you can get them hooked on those knees, again, whether it's those knees, those thighs, depending on how low you are, that's just fine. And squeezing it up, pushing those palms together still. And again, sit it back down, pushing those knees apart, puff that chest up, and stand it up, squeeze that butt. Now, last time for me, sitting it down, pushing those knees apart. Now this one, I want you to come up just about halfway with that butt, legs about parallel to the ground. Feel those legs have to work a little bit more. And squeeze it up the rest of the way. Now walk those feet closer together. So you're still going to have a little distance between those legs. So knees parallel, ankles parallel, hands nice and pushed together, just the way that they were. So palms, I want you to really push those palms together, shoulders down, elbows up. So you're trying to have nice and flat with those elbows and those palms. Now pushing those palms together, I want you to try to get those hands up towards that ceiling, pushing the palms together and bringing it back down to the chest. Now the pressure at the bottom is going to be a lot greater than up at the top, and that's okay, but you still want to activate, you still want to think about pushing those palms together and just keep pushing them as much as you can as you bring it down, keeping those knees bent a little, that tummy tight while we do these motions. So don't forget about the rest of the body. Good, pushing down. Good, push those palms together as you go up. 2 more now, bringing it down. So pushing those palms, bring those shoulders down. When you bring those hands down, now up. Good, bring it back down. Good, now I want you to push it up for me. And now we're gonna hang out up at the top. Now pull those hands back a little bit more if you can. So try not to have them too far in front. Pull those arms back, pull those thumbs back. Now this one, I'm gonna let you open those palms up for me. So open those hands up, pull them back. So you should feel those shoulder blades, those shoulders having to work to go back, and squeeze it down. Squeeze it through the back, and then extending it back up. Those thumbs, if they can touch overhead, we want them to go together, and then squeezing it down and back, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Slide those hands up. Now make sure from the side, you really want to think about when you're pulling those hands down, I'm trying to pull those wrists and those elbows as far back as I can. Not too far forward. We really want to pinch those shoulder blades together and slide them up. Good, pulling it down. Now 2 more this way, so all the way up. Squeezing it down through the back, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now 1 more, slide those hands up. Squeeze it down through the back, squeeze. Now from here, we want to bring them together. So palms, elbows, everything smushes. You're going to stay standing. I just like to get a little closer so you can see. So notice my elbows are smushing, my palms are smushing. And then you're going to open them up. You're going to squeeze it back to that start position that we were at. And then bring it together once again. Push those elbows together. So not just those palms, push those elbows. And then open them back up. Good. Just like that. Beautiful. Push. Feel that chest have to engage when you're pushing them together. Release it. And then squeeze through the back. Good. Keep going. Squeeze together. Squeeze through the back. Here we go now, 3 more, squeeze together, push it, open it back. Good, now 2 more, together, push those elbows, push those palms, feel everything engage, open it back. 2 more, together. I like that too. Open it. Now you're gonna give me 1 more, push it together, Palms push, elbows push. Open it back, squeeze. Hold it, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax it down. Roll those shoulders out. Finally got warm enough to take off my jacket here. So now you're going to let those arms have a little bit of a breather. We're going to go onto that lower half again. So this time I want you to get a nice wide stance for me. So when we have that nice wide stance, we're going to do some of those nice windmills. So that right hand, open up that right palm onto your right thigh for me. Left hand, I want nice and as straight up as you can get it. Now you're going to give me attitude out to the right side or left side. So hand that's up, you're going towards that side with the hip. And then we're going to slide that right hand down towards the inside of the right ankle. Now opening that left hand up if you can. Now I want you to think about a string attached to those fingertips up to the ceiling. And it pulls you straight back up. Notice those hips, they go level when you come back up. Then we're going to get that attitude. Hip goes out. Slide that hand down. Open that chest up if you can. And then once again, a string attached to the top of those hands. It pulls you straight up. Good, get that attitude. Let that hand slide it down. Open that arm back, that chest open. And then pulling it straight up. Good, nice and tall, up at the top. Get that attitude. Slide it down. Try to keep that hand straight up. Now make sure we're going to hold this one a little bit longer. If you have shoulder problems, you can always loop that hand back by those hips instead of having it straight up. And then pull yourself up. Now one more on this side. Let that hip pop out. Really exaggerate it. Get that hip out to the side as far as you can before we start. And then slide it down. Hopefully that hand is a little farther down. Now pull that left hand back. If you can look up towards that ceiling, towards the sky, try to follow that hand and pull yourself up. Now left hand is going to come down. Left palm open on the left leg. Right hand up to the ceiling. Now we're going to get attitude out to the side on the other. Sliding it down. Make sure, notice if one side is a little tighter than the other, that's okay. Pull it straight up through that hand. Good, nice and tall. Pop that hip out. Slide it down. Pull that arm back. And then pull it up, nice and tall. Really pulling up, trying to keep that hand straight up. Get that attitude. Slide that hand down. A little bit farther, hopefully, than those first ones. Keep that butt out to the side. Legs as straight as you can have them. Pull up through that hand. Nice and tall. Now we're going to hold the next couple a little bit longer. So really push that hip out. Feel that inner thigh. Try to keep that left leg straight. Slide that hand down. Pull that top hand back. Get that nice spinal twist. Again, shoulder, you can always loop that hand back behind the hip if you need to. Pull it straight up through that hand. Now one more. Again, we're going to hold it a little bit longer for that last one. So really pop that butt out. Get that twist already started. Slide the hand down. Other hand nice and straight up. Hopefully that hand is a little bit farther down. Now, if you have the flexibility, the hand that is down towards the ankle can always go back behind between those legs to get more of a twist. And then pull straight up through those fingertips. And relax that hand down. Now I want you to walk those feet to just a couple inches apart from one another. So you're still going to have space between those ankles and between those knees. So I don't want them all the way together. I want to be able to see a little bit of a space between those knees and between those ankles. Hands straight out in front for me. So even with those shoulders, Those hands are straight out. Now, really focus on those legs staying parallel as we sit it down, like we're sitting in a chair, and push up through the heels. So make sure from the side, if you see it, we're sitting that butt back. We're trying to get that nice 90-degree angle with those legs. Tucking those hips, squeezing that glute up at the top, sitting down, tummy tight, chest still open. Squeeze it up, keep going, let's sit it down. Tummy tight, look at those knees down at the bottom, are they still apart? And especially when we're standing up, really try to keep that space between those knees. Nice and control. Now on this next one, I want you to sit it down. We're gonna keep it here. Left hand, cross it over. Try to get that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Right hand, twist it up to the ceiling. Notice those knees, they're not knocking in. Keep them apart. Right hand forward. Left hand, stand it up. Breathe. Now other side, let's sit it down. Cross that right arm over. Left hand comes up. Twist it. Now this one, we want that twist. So if you need to be higher up, that hand can cross by the hip. You can still get that nice twist through the back. Left hand forward. Right hand. Stand it up. Shake those legs out. One more on each side for me. So let's sit it down. Tummy tight. Cross that arm. Twist it up. And again, if you need to be higher up, you can even stand. Get it. Hand goes towards the outside of the hip. Twist it open. Good. Now right hand, left hand, stand it up. All right, last one, nice deep breath. Sit it down. Right hand crosses. Left hand twists open. Looking up towards that ceiling. Good, now bring that left hand forward. Right hand, stand it up. Shake those legs out. Shake it out. Now we're gonna let those legs relax, and we're gonna get to the arms for a little bit. So, first thing that I want is arms straight out and palms together. So, from the side, straight out from the shoulders, palms together, and I want you to push those palms together. So as much tension as you can get by pushing those palms together. And then we're gonna open those hands back, squeeze them as far back as you can, bring the palms together once again. Push those palms, open it back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Good, now on this next one, push those palms together. Now this one, as you separate the hands, rotate those palms up to the ceiling. So now you're pulling the thumbs back. And then bring it together once again, push those palms. Turn the palms up, thumbs go back, squeeze towards the back. Bring them together, push. One more this way, thumbs go back, squeeze it back. Bring them together. Now we're gonna flip and do the palms down. Bring those pinkies back. Squeeze it back. Bring it together. Palms together. So from this side, we're pushing. Now palms go down. Pinkies go back. Now this one, with the palms down, don't be surprised if your hands go a little bit lower. Bring it together. Pull those pinkies back. So you notice my hands, they want to angle down a little when it's the pinkies. That's okay because I want to keep the shoulders down. I'd rather those hands lower a little as you push back than hunch those shoulders up. Pull it back. Good, now one more this way, palms together. Push back, pull those pinkies back, pull it back, squeeze. Bring those palms together for me once again. Now palms together, push. Once again, open those palms up, thumbs back. Now we're gonna stay back. So this is the next one. So from the side, those thumbs are back. And I want little circles, pulling the palms up, and then thumbs going back. Keep it controlled. I don't want speed. We want it nice, controlled. Good, now stop on the way back, and then switch the direction. So now bring the pinkies forward a little, and pull the thumbs back. So if you were doing the other direction, don't worry, just switch it to the other direction. We just want to get nice, controlled, really pinch those shoulder blades together with each rotation back. For 4, 3, 2, now once again, bring those palms together. Push those palms together once again. Now I want you to lift up overhead. Once again, as far back as you can. Open those palms up. Now, keeping those palms open, we're going to come down just to neutral, right at shoulder height here, and then lift it up. Pull it as far back as you can. Feel that stretch in those shoulders. Bringing it down. Pull it back up. Good, control it down. Here we go, 3 more, lift it up. Pull it back, feel that stretch. Control it down. Now 2 more, lift it up. Pull it back. Control it down. Stop it, even with those shoulders, lift it up. Squeeze it back, pull it back, pull it back. Now from here, I want you to bring those pinkies all the way to the sides. Bring it down, notice, keep those palms open, and then pull them up. Have those thumbs touch. Now you are trying to pull those hands back as much as you can as you make these nice big circles. So you should feel a little uncomfortable once you hit that nice T. Try to pull those shoulders back. Thumbs touch. Open it down. Good. You're going for 5. Pull them back, pull them back. Control it down. Now 4. Pull it up. Touch those thumbs. Control them down. And we've got 3. Pull it back, pull it back. Control it down. Now 2 more. Shoulders down, knees bent, tummy tight, thumbs touch, open up, control it. Now last one, all the way up, pull it back, squeeze those shoulder blades, control it down, control, and relax it. Roll those shoulders out, shake those arms out a little. And now we're going to go into some balance for me. So roll those shoulders out, kind of get them to relax. Those shoulder blades just did a whole lot of work. So we're going to come on to that left leg first. So with that right leg, I want you to bring it to a 90-degree angle for me. Toes are flexed. Now hands can be straight out. If you need a little help, don't be afraid. Put those hands on a wall, on a chair. Remember, foot is flexed, 90 degrees, notice. Standing leg, I don't want it locked out. We want a little bit of bend. All right, so we're just holding right here, tummy nice and tight. And I want you to loop that leg back, squeeze it, and then you're bringing it forward. So from the side, you're keeping that bend the same, squeezing in the back, pulling it forward. Notice I'm not bending forward when that leg goes back. All from that glute is doing that range of motion. Bringing it forward, pulling back, knee coming up, back, Nice and controlled. 2 more this way, so pulling the knee up. Squeeze the glute back, 1 more. Knee comes up. Pull it back. Now I want you to stay back for me. Point the toe now. Extend the leg out. Notice, I'm keeping that knee back, and we're gonna squeeze it up. Straighten the leg. Squeeze it up. Straighten the leg. Now, if you need to tap that toe down in between, that's okay. Squeeze it. Really squeeze that hamstring in the back. Here we go for 4, 3, 2. Now last one, squeeze, straighten the leg. Now I want you to bring around the front and around the back. So you're making a half circle with the foot. So from the front, around to where you just were. Keeping that chest nice and up. Modification, if you need to touch that toe to the front, to the side, and to the back, that's okay. I know that standing leg is burning. Come on, you got 3, 2, last one, and relax it. Shake the legs out. Now you know what's coming. We got to even out on the other side. So shake that standing leg out. That just did a lot of work. Now we're going to shift over to that right leg. So make sure bend that knee, tuck those hips in, tummy tight, hands out in front, 90-degree angle, looping it back, squeeze, pulling it forward, back and forward. Remember, trying to keep that chest as steady as you can, as controlled as you can. Good, nice controlled, really squeezing that glute back. Make that hip, make that glute, pull it back. And remember, using anything for balance if you need. Here we go for 3. I'm gonna show you from the side, keep going. Now 2, last one, point, straighten, and squeeze, and down. Squeeze it, down, keep it going. Tummy tight, keep that chest up as much as you can. Beautiful, I know that standing leg is burning, come on. 3 more here, 3, 2, last one, squeeze it, straighten it. Now we're going forward and back. Nice circle and back. Again, try to keep that chest nice and up. Controlling. Back. Remember, if you need to tap on each spot, that's okay. Here we go for 3, 2, last one, and relax. Shake them out, wiggle those hips. You're gonna need the mat now for the rest. So make sure if you don't have the mat, get it. If you need a quick drink, now's the time, take that second, get that drink. Adjust that camera if you need. So I'm hoping we can all see me for the full length. If not, I'll change it if we need to. All right, so you're gonna start at the front of your mat or the rug or whatever you got. So we're gonna do that nice deep breath in. Once again for me, breathing it in. Hands are gonna go up, bring those palms together. Once again, push those hips forward. Pull those hands back. Nice deep breath in. You're going to breathe it out, and when you breathe it out, dive it down towards those legs. So we want those legs to stay straight. So legs are straight to start. And then once we are doing this, I want you to bend that right leg a little bit for me. So you're keeping that left leg nice and straight. You're bending in that right leg. Now slowly straighten that right leg. And then we're going to bend the left leg. Still hanging over, still relaxed. Now straighten both those legs once again. So now we're straightening out the back of those legs. Now this one, if you need to bend the knees to walk the hands forward, you can. So you can always bend the knees and walk it forward. If you can keep the legs straight, that's the goal. I want you to come on into a nice plank position. Tummy nice and tight. We're just going to hold that plank. We're just going to hold it right here. Now, of course, if you need to go in modified, you bend those knees down, you let those toes be up, and you can hold it right there. Now, this one, I want you to pop that butt up, push it up, through, and then back down, holding that plank. Right there. I know, long plank today. Hold it there. Now I want everyone nice and controlled. Bring those knees to the ground for me. Lift those toes up. So we're going to do a few push-ups today. We're going to get those arms really working a little bit more. So on those knees for me, you're going to see why in a second. So I want you to bend, elbows close to the sides, and then push yourself back up. Now don't worry, if your range of motion is a little bit shorter, that's okay. You do the range that you are comfortable with. Try to have those elbows close to the sides. You're going to give me 3. Now 2 more. Control it down. Control it up. 1 more. Down. Push it up. Now from right here, I'm going to turn so you can see from the front. So you can still be on the knees. If you want to make it harder, you can go back onto those toes. And you're going to alternate tapping those shoulders. Try to keep those hips as steady as you can. Whether you're on the knees or on the toes, the wider those knees, the wider the toes, it's going to make you a little more stable, a little bit easier. Here we go. You're going to go for 4, 3, 2, last 1, and sit it back for me. Knees are down. You're just going to sit back into that child's pose. Butt going back. Arms forward. And if you want to relax those arms a little bit more, you can always put that head all the way down. Those hands can come back towards those feet. Good, then slowly bring those hands back up. And you're going to go back into that plank for me. So bringing those hands forward. On those toes, if you can. Again, if you need to stay on those knees, that's okay. We're going to go into that plank position. Tummy nice and tight. You even have 2 demonstrations. You can perfectly see little Piper right underneath me. All right, now I want you to take that right knee, pull it into the chest, hover it if you can. So use those obliques, use that core, and then you're gonna let that knee fall down. So you are trying to get that right knee in between your hands for me. So when it's in between the hands, you can always walk those hands back. If you need to, then you're gonna let that left leg just relax behind you. To start, you're gonna really puff that chest up. Those shoulders are down. I'm gonna turn to make sure you can see where we want you from the side. So that knee in between the hands. That chest is puffed. Notice that right foot is in front of your left hip. Now from there, if you feel a big stretch, you can stay right here. If you want a little bit more, you can always come on down to those elbows. And once again, if you can do more, you can lay it, put that head on the floor, and those hands can go out. Especially if you're like this little one and flexible. Mm-hmm. All right, relax in it. And make sure too, you can always inch that left foot back a little bit more. So like you're pushing those hips down, inching that foot back. Beautiful. Holding it, breathing. And don't be afraid, if it gets too much, you can always lift yourself up. Now nice and slow, use those hands, walk those hands to frame that knee, shoulders down, puff that chest, push those hips down a little bit more. Good, now grip that foot in the back, get a hold of those toes on that left foot, and bring that right foot back to meet it. So once again, you're gonna go back into that nice plank, that tummy nice and tight, holding it there. And then nice and controlled. Now that left knee, bring it in. Remember, we're gonna hover it if you can, working those obliques, working that core a little bit more. And then we're gonna bring it as close between those hands as we can. Slide that right leg back. Once again, if you need to walk, straighten out that back leg. Make sure that foot is in front of the opposite hip. And at the beginning, we puff that chest. Those shoulders are down. Beautiful. Now this is where, if you want more, this is where we can take it to those next spots. So meaning we can come down onto those elbows. And you can also lay it down, walking those hands forward. Whatever you're comfortable with, make sure you respect each side. So if this side is a little bit tighter, you may want to stay on those elbows. You may want to stay on those hands. Respect each side. Make sure nice deep breaths. Really trying to relax into that stretch. Another nice deep breath in, relaxing. Push it out, and then slowly walking those hands to frame that knee once again. So hands on either side of the knee. Clearly, you're bored in this class. I already lost her.
Keep doing this.
All right, puffing that chest, shoulders down. Really pushing those hips down a little bit more. Now grip that right foot in the back, grip that foot, and then push yourself into that plank. Here we go, that nice plank for me. Hold that plank, I'm gonna turn back so you can see me from the side again. Holding that plank, we got one more nice exercise in this plank position. So from here, we're gonna bend those knees. I may go on the other side. Straighten the legs. Bend the knees, get them as close to the floor as you can, and then straighten those legs out. Bending those knees, keeping that butt steady, straightening it out. Good, nice and controlled. Two more, bend them, straighten, bend, straighten them. Now here, bend it, hover it, hold it for 3, 2, and let those knees go all the way down. Once again, sit that butt back. Hands forward. Breathe. Now I want you to pull yourself just about halfway back up. And I want you to take that left hand, thread it underneath your right arm. Left hand up to the ceiling. Make sure to sit that butt back still. And then reach the hand over. Getting that nice twist. So you want to think that you're trying to stack your shoulders, one on top of the other. Left side. Good. Bring that hand back up. Push yourself up. And now we're going to do the other side. So now we're going to lace that right hand through. Shoulder goes down. Butt stays back. Reaching that hand forward. Good. Now slowly bringing that hand back. Pushing yourself up. And now we're going to flip ourselves over onto the back for me. So I'm going to twist the camera a little bit for the rest. So see that nice full length for me. So we're going to come onto the back. Lay it on down. Hug those knees to start for me. So we're hugging those knees nice and tight. Now I always like to start with my knees close together. And I'm hugging those knees. Then I take a second. I open those knees apart. And I pull those knees into the armpits. It just helps open up those hips a little bit more. Good. Now from here, I want those legs to go as straight up to the ceiling as they can. Hands as straight up as you can get them. And we're going to do the opposite. So I want that right hand to go back. The left leg goes down. Pull it back up. And then we're going to switch sides. So we're going to keep alternating side to side. Really try to keep the hand and leg that's not moving steady. Now, modification, you can bend those legs and pull the knees in and out instead of having them straight. And you can also keep those hands in the middle and just do the legs if you're starting out. Really suck that belly button in. Tummy nice and tight. You're giving me 4, 3, 2. Now even out your sides. And hug those knees once again for me. Hugging them nice and tight. Now this one, we're going to get a little bit in the spine. So I want you to bring those legs up to a nice 90-degree angle. Flex those toes. Hands, make a nice T for me. Palms down on the floor. So kind of like you want to be able to grip with those fingertips, if you'll say. And those legs together, I want you to twist, getting them as low as you can, controlled. If they can go all the way to the side, that's good. If they need to hover a little bit, that's okay. Now really tighten that core. Try to get that back flat. Pull them right back up to the middle. And then we're going to move them on over to the other side. Twist it. The key here, you're really trying to keep your palms from not moving. Try not to let the palms slide around. Pull those knees back up. Over, back to the other side, kind of like your windshield wiper. Control it, keep those palms steady. It's all from that waist. Tighten that core, pull them up. Over to the other side. Good, tummy tight, pull it up. And here we go. Now on this one, I want you to put it over to that side that we first did. And you're going to hold it there. Really let it relax. This time you're going to let those legs just fold over. Feeling that nice stretch. And this one, I always like to straighten out my top leg. Reach it a little bit more to get into that back and into that hip. Just a little bit more. Good. Pull that top leg back in. Once again, tummy tight. Pulling it up. And now over to the other side. Really let it fall down. Let it relax. Both knees bent to start. And then again, top leg, straighten it out. Getting that nice deep stretch a little bit more. Good, bend it back. Pull it up. And then hug both those knees for me. And again, pulling those knees apart, hugging them into the armpits. Now I want you to put both feet nice and flat for me. And I just want 3 bridges. So pushing through those heels, hips go up, bring that butt down, tap it down, pull it back up. This is just nice, helps let that back relax, realign those hips naturally before we're gonna stretch them out a little bit more. So butt goes down on this last one. Try to get that back nice and flat. Now I want you to take the right leg, you're gonna cross it over as much as you can onto that left leg. And then you're gonna pull those knees into the chest. Now this is where those nice rights and lefts get confusing. So right leg is crossed over. I'm gonna grab my right foot with my left hand. My right hand is on my left knee. And I'm pulling them into the chest. So this one I'm gonna turn so you can see those legs crossed over. Pulling it down. Really try to pull that back knee straight into the chest. So you don't want it over to the side. Really try to pull it straight into the chest. That's going to make sure we get into that nice SI joint and those glutes and in that hip. Nice slow breathing. Really try to relax. Good, now let those feet go back down. So you're gonna untwist those legs. Now it's gonna be that left leg is gonna cross it over. Once again, pull those knees up. Now the right hand grabs that left foot and left hand tucking that right knee in. And again, steady breathing. Try to relax it. Good. Unwind those legs once again. Put those feet down. And we're going to do 2 bridges once again, just like we did before we started them. Just to let those hips relax. Bridge it up. Relax it down. One more. Push it up. Relax it down. And then hugging those knees once again. Both of them together. Now this one, if it feels good, feel free to rock those hips a little, roll them out, whatever feels good. Now I want you to hug those knees nice and tight for just another few seconds. And then I want you to keep a hold of that right leg for me. You're gonna straighten out that left leg. Let that left leg relax on the ground. You're really hugging that right knee nice and tight. Pretend like the back of that left knee is going to touch the ground. Now this one too, if it feels good, I like to do a nice little ankle roll up at the top with that right foot. Now you're going to take that right leg. We're going to get another nice twist going on. Pull it over to the side. Right hand up towards the ceiling. Trying to keep that right shoulder pinned to the ground as that knee goes over to the side. Good, now pulling it back up to the center. Hugging that right knee, keeping a hold of that right knee as we bring that left leg back up, hugging both those knees. And now we're going to extend that right leg all the way out. Once again, pretend like the back of that right knee is going to touch the floor, really hugging that left knee in. If it feels good, giving a couple nice ankle rolls on that left ankle. And now that left arm, let it reach out, palm up to the ceiling, twisting that left knee over. Try to keep that left shoulder pinned to the ground, getting that nice spinal twist. And once again, pull, let it back up to center. One last time, hugging both those knees into that chest. And now I want both of those legs to go nice and straight out. Let them relax. And then I want those hands to reach back behind the head. So fingertips and toes, try to reach them as far apart from one another as you can. Really extending, and then I want you to relax and just flop that body down. Now this as well, if it hurts those shoulders, you can always have those hands closer to a T or out by the side. And once again, extend those fingertips, extend those toes, reach them as far away from one another as you can. Nice deep breath in. And on this exhale, I really want you just to flop down, let that body relax for a few seconds. And last time, engage that body, really get those fingertips, get those toes as far away from one another as you can. And another nice deep breath in. And this one on the deep breath out, I want you to roll yourself up, and don't be afraid if you need to come onto the side. You can always push yourself up. You can always grab alongside that body. Legs are straight out, and you're just going to reach towards those toes once you're sitting up. Now in this first part, try to keep those legs as straight as you can. We're going to try to stretch out the hamstrings a little bit more. So don't worry if your arms only hit those thighs, the knees, the shins, wherever they touch, that's okay. And now you're going to let those legs relax for me. And I want you to grab underneath those thighs or those kneecaps. And I want you to round the back and pull with those arms. Now, if the knees bend on this one, that's okay because we want to feel it more in those shoulders and in the back. You're using those arms, trying to get that belly button down to those thighs. Good. Relax it. Now I want you to bring both of those feet together in the middle for me. So last one sitting down, a nice butterfly. So we're going to bring both of those feet together for me, as close to the body as you can get them. If you can hold the feet, that is great. If you need to hold on the shins, on those knees, that's okay. And I want you to push those knees down towards the floor. So again, wherever you can hold, you want to try to push those knees down, still kind of try to keep that chest puffed so we don't want to just punch forward. You want a nice flat back. And if you can lean forward as you push down, and if it feels better to lean forward, going as far out, if you can lay it down, that's okay. But again, try to keep that chest puffed a little bit. It's going to elongate through that lower spine, get a little more on those inner thighs. Nice deep breath in. Relaxing a little more as you push that air out. And then relaxing it. Now come on, standing up for me. And the last time, come and stand on up. So we're going to be standing on up. Take your time, make sure we don't get any head rush. And then right here, just give me a nice deep breath in. Those hands coming up. Bring those palms together once again, pushing those hips forward. Hands going back. Deep breath in. Breathe it out and let those hands go down. And now last time, breathe it in. Hands going up. Hands together, hips forward. Looking, really push those hips forward, pull those hands back. Really nice deep breath in for me. And really push that air out as those hands go down. And you are done. Great job, everyone.